William Wordsworth said, "Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart." Writing is a very intellectual activity, but good writing is written from passion and it's written from your heart. We live in a time where computers, programs, apps, you name it, it all can write for us, and they do. But there is a difference, and as readers, we will be able to connect with our hearts to writing that is written from the heart. It's not all strategy and doing the perfect how-to write the perfect story or article. It's about reaching down into the very essence of our hearts and pulling from that. When you write from the breathings of your heart, you're going down to the very center of your heart, to the very lungs of your heart, and you're drawing from that. You're writing from the very life of your heart on out. To write from the breathings of your heart, writes from the heartbeat, writes from the very thing, the raw moments that make your heart live. It can actually be pretty easy to follow the 7 steps on how to write a good novel, or 10 steps that will get you featured with your article. But as when you write from your heart, there's nothing cliche about it. Yes, you may use cliche sentences or words, but the theme behind it, the element behind it is not cliche. Because we're so unique, each of us is so unique, we're like snowflakes. No one else will have what your heart feels. And so when you write from it, it will be completely different, completely your own writing. Writing from your heart can be hard. It can be difficult, challenging. You're tapping into a place inside of you that is often reserved for only those close to you, and you don't give it out to complete strangers. For instance, I had a few years ago dealt with some deaths of people really close to me. And it was really hard to write because I was really, really sad. And when I started to write, I wrote this story. I was working on a novel, a different one. And I wrote this scene that kind of dealt with what I was going through. And I found that I wanted to not write from my heart because it hurt. It was tapping into these feelings and emotions that were raw. Those raw feelings, I ended up pushing through and writing the scene from my experience, from my feelings, from my grief. And it was a very touching, moving scene. Other people that read it said that they cried when they read it. For me, as a writer, it was very difficult to write. Books are portals for the reader. They can translate you to other places, into other feelings, but make you actually have to deal with what you're going through in your own life without being so direct. For readers, many books are an escape from reality, and so they feel like they're not dealing with what they're living out, but ultimately it is a way to confront reality without imitating it. And as writers, we can do this. We can take writing from our heart, writing from our experience, our life experience, and make it a possibility for a reader to deal with things in their heart that maybe they are not confronting because it is raw and it is painful. And reading possibly could be the healing salve. And as a reader, we have the ability to go into that writer's thoughts, go into their mind and their imagination, and live there for just a little bit of time, and escape our own. But without realizing it, ultimately, we are dealing with our own thoughts and with our own heart and emotions. Writing from your heart could take practice, so definitely practice. Definitely take time to just pull from that part. And when you think you've hit the center, go deeper. It doesn't always have to be sad, tragic things you write. Your heart feels a lot of things. It could be happy, it could be romantic, it could be loving, it could be sad, it could be dark, it could be whatever. Don't limit yourself. The thing about a heart is you should never limit it. Let it breathe. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. If you have any favorite quotes about writing from your heart, leave me a comment. And please subscribe to get new videos and share this video with your friends.